Good evening, friends, and welcome once again. This evening's topic is the spirit of prophecy. What is the spirit of prophecy? Let the Bible be our guide. Let's read a Bible verse from the King James Version Bible. And that Bible verse is 2 Peter 1 verse 19. I read, we have also we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well, that ye take heed as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn, and the day star arise in your hearts. Okay, a more sure word of prophecy is a light that shineth in a dark place, according to this verse. It points out the direction we must go. If we are in a blackout, for example, we need at least a flashlight to see where to go. And with the spiritual, this is prophecy. When we look in the Strongs of the study Bible for the word prophecy, under G as in girl, 4397, for those who are capable, look under description and you would see that prophecy described as proceeding from a prophet. Okay, so the description of a prophecy is proceeding from a prophet. Okay, so let's go deeper. Let's look at another verse, 1 Corinthians 14 verse 4. And I read, he that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church. So prophecy is for the edification of the church. Another text, Revelation 19 verse 10. And I read, and I fell at his feet, and this is John the Revelator, because this is a book of Revelation. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, this is Gabriel, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. The testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, so the testimony of Jesus is a prophet that gives a prophecy prediction, and that or those predictions or prophecies came to pass, which is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, so does God's remnant church have the spirit of prophecy? Let's read Revelation 12 verse 17 for the answer. And I read, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. And we have proven that the testimony of Jesus Christ is the spirit of prophecy. So, who is a woman in context in the Bible? A woman is the church, the bride of Christ. We should all know that. Text for reference are Ephesians 5 verses 22 to 33. Ephesians 5 verses 22 through to 33. Where Paul in his writings drew comparisons between husbands and wives, and Christ as the husband, and the church as his bride. But please note the verse said woman, singular, and not woman. plural. Therefore, Christ only has one bride, one church, one woman. In the same way, in the natural, we must not commit adultery. Likewise, in the spiritual, Christ upholds the same principle. We should know that the remnant of our seed are amongst us at the end of the world, 144,000. Remnant means those who are left, or the remainder. Texts, Exodus 26 verse 12, Leviticus 2 verse 3, Leviticus 14 verse 18. I'm not going to read or go through them because of time. This woman's seed also keeps the commandments of God, including the fourth commandment, the seventh-day Sabbath of the week, which is Saturday. So we see here that God's remnant church has the spirit of prophecy, which is a testimony of Jesus Christ, and also keeps the commandment of God. And remember, this book is Revelation that speaks about this woman. So, and that is the end time. So this church keeps the commandment of God and has a spirit of prophecy, which is a testimony of Jesus Christ. We witness clearly that the Bible is more than capable to explain itself. The Word is Christ. The Word is Christ. Remember that. The flesh. The Word becomes flesh. So the Word is Christ himself. Let him be our teacher and not man. He had told the multitude to eat of his flesh, the Word, which is the Word. And they choose to walk with him no more. And this is John 6:66, which is the mark of the beast, 666. His flesh is every word in the Bible, every single word in the Bible. So next question. Which church today has a modern day prophet and keeps the commandments of God? This is the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Our modern day prophet is Ellen White. She is now deceased, but her writings lives on. Everything that she has written, her predictions, many have come to pass to the very letter, and others are being fulfilled right now, today, which testifies that she was led by Christ, which is the spirit of, which is the testimony of Christ, which is the spirit of prophecy. Okay. Let us apply the 4 biblical tests of a prophet. So applying the 4 biblical tests of a prophet. Let's look together to see whether or not the life of ministry of Ellen White meets the 4 biblical tests of a true prophet. First test, harmony with Scripture. First test, harmony with Scriptures. Read any one of her books and you will discover that it consistently leads you to the Bible and is in total agreement with Scripture. However, she did not regard her writings as an addition to Scripture. Their purpose, which is her writings, was to call the attention of God's people to the Bible and bring them back to the Bible as the only source of truth. She often declared that the Bible is the only rule of faith. Okay, so second test, teach the truth about Jesus. Second test, teach the truth about Jesus. Her books such as The Desire of Ages, Christ Object Lessons, Steps to Christ, and Thoughts from the Mount of Blessing all testify to her fulfillment of this test She says nothing of herself in these volumes, but constantly points others to Jesus. She constantly pointed others to Christ. Okay, so third test, a godly life. Third test, a godly life. The press, commenting on her death, said, "The life of Mrs. White is an example worthy of emulation by all. She was a humble, devout disciple of Christ, and ever went about doing good." Fourth and final test, accurate prophecies. The prophecies of the future made by her can be easily validated. The following prediction reads like this morning's newspaper, but was written before most modern means of travel were invented, back in the 1800s. Disasters by rail will become more and more frequent. Confusion, collision, and death without a moment's warning will occur on the great lines of travel. She even predicted the falling of the World Trade Center. Came to pass. Read her books. She wrote books on the health and nutrition, which are confirmed today as accurate in the field of nutrition. And in spite of the fact that the works of Mrs. White were written long before the advent of modern scientific nutrition, no better overall guide is available today. The Bible had predicted that in the last days the prophetic gift would appear. Evidence declares that Ellen White met every biblical specification for a true prophet. Every biblical specification for a true prophet. I recommend and encourage you to obtain and read some of her writings and not despise prophesyings. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 20 and 21. Okay, friends, I pray that someone received the life for tonight. And if you're still in doubt, take it to the Lord in prayer. Don't forget to like and share the video. And you could leave a comment at the bottom. Okay, for now, stay blessed. Love you.